Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Derek. Good morning, fellas. One second, I'm trying to get some music going here. Good morning. I agree with B. Hendricks. That's a guy I agree with right now. Good morning, nerdy. What am I doing here? It's a Monday. I don't even get the day off. Good morning. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, everybody. Give me just a second and I'll tell you guys what's going on. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, Anthony. And Herbie Von Werby Kabop. There's Herbs. Oh boy. No knuckle sandwiches. Good morning, J Money. CCS. He only shows up on Mondays. Sorry, CCS, you're not going to see Brock this morning. Briefly, at about, 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, Brock came in. Hey, Pops, can you do today's show for me? I have an appointment. I got the last minute notice that I was going to be doing my own show. Oh, the kid's got it. The young man has an appointment. Good morning, Marmars. So yeah, those of you that were looking forward to Brock and his funness and craziness, not this morning. I'll probably make him do a makeup show one day this week. So good luck to Brock for his appointment. He wasn't super specific about what he's up to, but I have a pretty good idea of what he's up to. But yeah, he tapped me about 20 minutes ago on his way out, and he was looking spiffy, by the way. He had like on a sports shirt. Dando, can you believe that? Thank you, Sue. He had on a sports shirt. Jesus, you're crazy. Maybe that's did he have a doctor's appointment? Oh, geez. I know you guys are going to miss him this morning. I know, Paige. Can you imagine? I have to be the backup for the backup of my own show. Derek Anderson, thank you. He was looking all spiffy when he left. I think so, Herbs, or at least he's out there. That's what my inkling is. What? What's he doing? I don't know. I tend to not ask a lot of questions because my questions usually turn into expectations for me, and I'm not fond of having expectations with too many people. Maybe myself, and even those I work on, not having much. Good morning, you guys. Okay, that's what it was. JC, he actually found money in the bag. He actually found money in the bag, and he told me it was bottles. Okay, that's what it is. You're funny this morning. He's either pregnant or there was money in the bag. And he's spending it while I'm stuck here. Did I just say stuck? I'm never stuck with you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Jesus Christ is crazy this morning. Good morning, everybody. So Brock just sent me a message. I already missed the crew. Have a good show, Pops. Wait. Already missed the crew. Have a good show. Well, all right then. I wonder what the heck he's up to. Who thinks I should ask? Who thinks I should ask him what he's up to? Or should I just leave it alone? Good morning. Who says, Pop, go ask? Or who says, he'll tell you what he wants to tell you when it's time to tell you. Oh, Nip, that's a good idea. Blame you guys. You guys are full of great ideas. Blame you guys. Okay? Mr. 420. Derek, let him surprise us. Especially if things don't go well, whatever he's up to. I don't want to put pressure on anybody. You know what I mean? I think, give me 5 people that say, we'll just wait to hear what was in the bag. Okay? I'm starting to feel like there was something else in the bag, nerdy. Yeah, I don't want to put pressure. This is a big move. Had a talk with them yesterday, Father's Day talk. I was like, bro, what are you going to do when I pass away? What are you going to do? I don't know that I'll be here forever. So, all of a sudden this morning, he's like, Pops, can you do the show? I got an appointment. Paige. Oh, I got an appointment this morning. Okay. All right. Well, I wasn't ready, but I'm here. Okay. Jesus Christ. Jesus, you have quite an imagination. Oh, CCS, you're such a good guy. I only see CS on Mondays. I wonder what that's all about. I'm seeing certain people here today that I don't see the rest of the week. What's going on? Does he have his own algorithm? He does. I see certain people here this morning that I don't see Tuesday through Friday. Okay, Queenie. What are they? They're popping out of the woodwork. Nip, he's got a whole different crowd. Oh, it's good to see some of you guys for the first time in years. Okay, Jimmy takes Mondays off. I'm the substitute today. Okay, I'm the substitute. Charlie, let's knock it off. If you want to hang around here, Charlie, we don't talk like that here, and that's immature. You're better than that. Come on, you're a big boy now. Okay, Charlie would love you. Keep hanging in here, but let's talk about what's goodness and kindness. All right, that's what we cup here. Okay. Okay. Good morning. Only Jesus Christ can talk like that here. You're right, Niffy. He has special dispensation from his father. No dabs. I don't diddy dab. There you go, Queenie. I don't diddy dab live. No, you don't catch Pops doing the dibs and the dabs unless it's Mushfest. Okay? I know, B. Hendricks, you're right. They start throwing spit wads. Good morning, Captain. They start throwing spit wads when it's a substitute teacher. Okay, I did. We had a bird in one of our classes. Okay? I forget which grade, 4th or 5th grade or something. The teacher had a bird in a cage in the corner. And this teacher used to take her walking shoes off, and she would put on teaching shoes. So it was kind of like nice shoes and then almost like a tennis shoe for when she was teaching class. I can't tell you how often we messed with her walking shoes. She started having to hide them in a drawer in her desk Okay, because we were doing things to the shoes that young boys shouldn't do. All right, we were leaving stuff down inside the shoe where she would have to check the shoe every time she went to put it on. But teachers are smart. After a while, Niff, she just decided, you know what? I'm just going to lock up my shoes in my desk. Now, how sad is that? When the teacher has to lock up their shoes to keep the students from molesting them. It was everything, cleaning. We would put worms, the biggest thing, bird grit from the cage. That's what I used to pour in. I used to pour the bird grit, the gravel. I would pour that into the bottom of her shoe. Shh, don't anybody see. The whole class sees you doing it, right? An occasional snail. You get a snail out on the playground, first recess, and I know what I can do with this snail. Mrs. Beauchamp's shoes are available. Oh, gosh. Good morning, everybody. Are you all saying good morning to each other? Herbie, I don't know. I think we got, there might have been a few times we were sent to the principal's office just as she squished. Okay? You used to steal the grade book. Wow. Do you remember that, though? They call attendance. What if we called attendance here? Remember at school when they call it here? Jimmy John? Here. Jimmy Max? Here. CCS? Here, but only on Mondays. Jimmy present. And then you'd always wait for how the last guy said it, and you don't want to repeat here. So you would like, affirmative, contact. You'd come up with some way to tell her you were here without using the word here. Okay? No, Cleanie, we didn't yell at the teachers. No yelling teachers. Okay? Do you remember that, though? I didn't always want to say here. So I'd come up with stuff, okay? Good morning. Clearly, I have nothing to talk about this morning. I was pressed into duty. Cleaning, I bet you did. You're out of control. I remember you in grade school. We used to shoot our slingshots together. I'm faster, but... No, you're faster, but I'm more accurate. I hit the squirrel almost every time. You can get off like 3 shots at the squirrel before by the time I got 1. Okay? Nippy, I'm not doing it. I'm not breaking the radio. I'm not like that. I don't have those skills. Okay? I just don't have them. I wonder what Brock's doing. Yeah, Captain Obvious, I believe you. Okay, pencil fights. What else did we do? Eraser fights. The chalkboard eraser. When as soon as the teacher left the room, chalkboard erasers. She'd come back in, there'd be all these marks on the chalkboard from where you were dodging them, missing, dodge, miss. Yeah, oh yeah, the triangular paper football, for sure, Adam. For sure. That was definitely sliding it across the table and get it to end just as it's hanging over. Score! And then you have to go like that, and they kick an extra point. You know what's funny about our childhoods? Jimmy, you know what's funny about our childhoods? Oh, rubber bands. I was an alternate on the United States Olympic rubber band shooting team. I didn't make the actual squad, but I was the first alternate on the rubber band shooting team. I can shoot a rubber band still to this day about 5 feet with accuracy. I can hit a fly. I'm not joking. And I use this center finger right here. I was like, boom! Used to spend the whole summer setting up army men in different places, hide where you can only see this much of the army man, and then rubber band, ka-ching, taking them out. My brother and I did rubber band army wars. Honed my Olympic skills. Yeah. I was on the, I wasn't as good with spitwads, bud, but a rubber band, I'll put your eye out. On purpose. This isn't a miss. Okay? Pops has been shooting rubber bands again. I should show you guys. I'm going to do a demonstration one day. I'll get some rubber bands and some army men, line them up, and then we'll do a demonstration. Give me 5 people that want Pops to schedule a rubber band demonstration. Death by rubber bands. Death to army men. Plastic army men. Give me 5 people that are interested. Okay? If you're not interested, then we don't do it. But you guys should see I mow them down. Okay? And this is without being practicing for a long time. Okay? So I'm going to shoot you guys some rubber bands this week. Just a side light. What else do we have to talk about? What else does Brock talk about here? Oh, geez. Give me an idea. What else? Am I just supposed to do my regular show? I'll do a rando facto. You want me to good morning, mushy? Should I just do a rando? Let me find a couple of myths. Okay? I'll find a couple of myths here. Philosophy and dabs. Those don't go together very well, don't they, Niff? And broken radios. Okay? How does my garden grow? We're doing so good at the garden right now at my grow house. I'm growing the typical ghost strain, but we have some enigmas that are going. I have about 8 tubs of enigmas. These enigmas look so good. Enigma is such a weird mushroom because I'm used to fruits. You know, stipes and caps, stems and caps. But the enigma is really interesting stuff, especially because as it's growing, it starts to look like either like lettuce or I'll even say cauliflower. You know what I mean? Like coral. That's a good one, Herbie. Like a coral, and you know the parts of it are getting bigger and bigger. It was about 3 years ago I ran my first batch of enigma, and it took so long. It took almost 2 months for it to fully colonize to a point where I felt like I could harvest it. Right? Yeah, brains too. It looked like brains too, nerd. So, Bud, you have a good day. Thank you for being here this morning. But this batch of enigma that we're running right now, it's growing, it's colonizing so fast, it's like half the time. It'll probably be fully colonized inside of about 30 days. My regular shrooms, I'm taking 14 to 15 days now. I'm really got to speed it up. It has been sped up. And enigmas are sitting in that same category, same environment, and they're speeding up. So it's going to be fun when my enigmas are ready. We'll have a couple of package of supplementary enigmatic supplementals to send out to you guys when they're ready. But I'm only going to send it to lab rats. I'm only going to send it to a lab rat, a certified lab rat. Okay? So get your certifications and be available to receive an enigmatic supplement, because I want you to be able to compare it to They do, Herbie. They do. So if you've got to be a certified lab rat that I can send, and I'll send enigmatic supplements and ghostly supplements, and you can compare the two. But you'll owe a report, okay? You'll owe a report. Billy D says I think Bill is one of the first people I saw with an actual certification. Bill is certified. I know that. Okay? So get your certifications ready. So it might be a week or two, we'll be able to enigmatically supplement you. Okay? Must use caution. Enigma's a little bit strong. They're half a dose it at first and see how you're looking. Wild suggestions from Pops. Let's look at this real quick. I'm gonna break a rule. Hold on. I can do this because Brock isn't here. I'm not really allowed to break rules when he's around. But since he's absent, I think I'm going to break a rule. You ready? This is a post Father's Day. Thank you, Orophile. This is a one day after Father's Day joke. Okay? Jesus Christ, you're funny this morning.
There's one simple salt trick that anyone can use to fight
stop
off
it.
nervous
I didn't
breathing
ask you
almost
that.
overnight.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. All right. When I first saw this, my very first gut feeling was, how rude. This is extremely rude. My first thought. But after about the first 30 seconds, you're starting to realize maybe it's not as rude as I thought it was. Maybe it's funny as hell. Okay, you ready? Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to break a rule. I'm not supposed to show this stuff anymore. But the policeman isn't here right now. Okay.
Hold on. This seat is not available. Sit there. Okay, right there is fine. You're adorable. So wait a minute. I asked if anybody's sitting here, and you said no.
No. So I lost my father last year.
She buys a seat for her father to sit next to her.
And what's your name?
But he doesn't live anymore.
Where are you from? India. Okay, wonderful to meet you. I believe also when they say when somebody passes away, they're always with you. Yeah? And I'm Iranian. And I lost my father in 2015. And I would never do that. You know why? Because if I did that, my father's soul would be so... I'm telling you. My father would be like, Max, I mean, why are you wasting money? I am in heaven, having a great time. What did I teach you? You go out to be an idiot, you buy seats for me? Stupid, I am in heaven having a good time. I don't even want to hang out with you. Finally, I died to be away from you guys. Now you're forcing me from heaven to come watch this bullshit? Hold on. Did you hear that? I just heard your father laugh. You look what a funny guy. I don't care. I like to come sit next to my daughter and watch your show, Max Emily. Mwah, to the heavens.
What? I raised you to be an idiot? No, I think that was on the spot there, Jesus. I thought that I saw that and I'm dying. 'Cause at first I'm like, don't make fun of that lady and her idea for having Pop sit next to her. Leave her alone. It's cute. It's hilarious, is what it is. Okay. That was good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna bust one or two myths. That's it. That's all you're getting today. Give me 5 people that thought that was funny. Give me 5 people that thought that was funny. Okay. You want to make your kids smart? We all know this. Okay, that was funny. It was Sandy. Good morning, Sandman. You want to make your kids smart? Everybody wants a smart kid. Not a smart Alec, but a smart kid. One of the ways to do that is to play classical music while they're in a crib. They're still little babies. They're little sponges. And if you play classical music, that'll make them smarter. Is that true or not? Did I just make that up? Or have you heard that before? Or is it true or isn't it? Which one? That's not a rhetorical question. Is it false? Billy says, no way. No way. Doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Playing Black Sabbath for a 1-year-old. That's out of control. Captain Obvious said, I tried it and it doesn't seem to be holding. Okay? Nerdy thinks it's true. Nerdy, you and I both thought it was true till we found out that recent studies have found that playing Mozart to your baby has no outside effects other than keeping the baby calm. Well, that's good enough. If you could at least get that out of it, if I could at least get a calm baby, I'll keep playing it. Okay? Humid air is lighter than dry air. True or false? Humid air is lighter than dry air. Is that a true statement? Humid, lighter. Humid, heavier. Humid is heavier. Is humid heavier or lighter than dry air? Dry air is heavier than humid air. There are more molecules of water in humid air, which are lighter than molecules of air. While you can feel the presence of the humid air, it's actually less dense than dry air. It's almost like the exact opposite of what you would think, just because of what we're feeling. But the dry air is heavier because air molecules are more than the wetter molecules that are in humidity. Interesting, I tell you. P. Hendricks, it doesn't make sense, but it is sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. Let's do a quick article. We're going to be out of here about 10 o'clock today. I also had a little something to do, but I wanted to be here with you guys. Let's do a quick article out of Tricycle Day newsletter. Okay, we've been following up with this kind of stuff for the last few weeks. Oh, for sure, Carnivorous. Thank you for being here. Physics often defies logic. Maybe it doesn't defy it, but our logical mind doesn't always understand the physics. Am I right? Of course, Sue. Checklist manifesto. You know, that's something I don't do well. I'm not a journaler. I know journaling is supposed to be, I know this. You know, at the conscious level, I know that journaling is good for us. But I don't journal. I don't have time for it. I don't have time to be healthy. Journaling is actually very, very, very good. And all of us, whenever you're therapizing somebody, well, you really ought to journal. Well, do you? Well, you really ought to journal. But do you? Well, you ought to journal. You know what I do, though? I'm very good with this. Okay. Yeah, I could see that, Niffy. Thank you, Rodman. And actually, it's nice of him to take my spot every Monday. Cleanie's like, I'm not leaving written evidence behind. Here's what I do. I do instead of journal. I'm a checklist guy, a to-do list guy. I always have been. I personally perform very well when I have a list in front of me and I go down and I start checking off of the items that I listed. I'm very, very good at that. It motivates me. There's a sense of satisfaction every time I can click off a check on my checklist. You know what I mean? When you can go over there, and I don't just do a check, I draw a squiggly line through the whole thing. You can still see what it said, but I'm squiggly lining it. Done. And it feels really good. And then what I do, if I didn't finish everything off today's checklist, I move it to tomorrow's checklist to the very top. So it should be the first items I look at and try to accomplish the following day. Okay? You guys do it too, Mr. 420 and Mike Butterball. Sandy's like, yeah, I like it, but I put too much on my list. Just list 5 or 6 or 8 things. And then boom, just knock them down. Your boyfriend does it too, Paige. Listers like that, if you really are committed to your list and that process, it's actually, for me, extremely, extremely helpful. And then you prioritize it, right, Mr. 420? You put numbers or something next to it, tells you which one's the most important. But there's nothing more fun for me. Well, there's some things more fun, but I incredibly enjoy drawing through my check off. It's better than just doing a check. Quick. Name the last time you had a mystical... Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. We read that one last week. Wait. Here we go. Honor. Good morning, Wazzy. Honor the awareness first. Good morning, Four Leaf. Have a good day. Honor the awareness first. What are you guys talking about? Many guides point out that receiving an insight doesn't create an immediate obligation to act. Once you've had an insight, especially from one of our mystical experiences, that doesn't mean immediately act. Even though sometimes we really want to. What Joe Ross tells us is to accept and trust that you're in a process. These medicines are very empowering, offering you the opportunity to tune into yourself deeply. Wait for it. And make honest choices. Offering you the opportunity to make honest choices. Be gentle with yourself. If you're not ready, you're not ready. Oh, we're good at not being gentle with ourselves, aren't we? Yeah. Who's hardest on you? Self. Louis Below recommends taking it step by step. Honor the honesty of the vision, even if you're not ready to act on it. Awareness is the first step. Action does not have to follow immediately. Let the insight simmer. We love simmering over here. Psychedelics often show us the direction of change, and it's not a demand to leap. Man, I like that. As Kala Hall puts it, something we often say here is if it's true today, it'll be true tomorrow. It'll be true next month, and it'll be true next year. If a change needs to be made, give it time and trust the process. Sometimes we get so hard on ourselves because we don't change immediately. We don't go. Give it time. You'll see change in small doses over time. And I don't mean microdoses, I mean in small increments of personal growth. Very few people wake up the next day and are completely changed. And to have that expectation means you're already violating the third agreement. The medicine provides information. It does not provide ultimatums or deadlines. Give me 5 people that like that. The medicine does not provide ultimatums. If it did, I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like that. I rebel against ultimatums. Good morning, Levi. You decide the timeline for integration. Rather than rushing to eliminate uncomfortable feelings, several practitioners suggest leaning in and harvesting them for wisdom. Mindy Tueller asks, if you aren't ready to make any changes, can you be okay being uncomfortable? Getting out of a place of judgment and into one of discernment through mindfulness, meditation, and gratitude can quiet the most noisy of minds. Ben Askin offers a more direct approach. Admit it, he says. Say, I'm not ready. Don't lie. Don't spiritualize. Don't pretend you didn't see it. Name the fear. Sit in the fire. Let the discomfort build until it leads you to action. Jody Nudelbaum reframes the discomfort as preparation. Practice sitting with the discomfort as valuable information. Consider this a period of preparation rather than procrastination. Oh, I like that one. It gets me off the procrastination hook. We hook ourselves sometimes calling ourselves procrastinators when in reality, we're still in a process. Now, there is procrastination. You know darn good and well you're supposed to do a physical act of some sort. But relative to therapy and medicine, let it happen. Almost universally, practitioners stress the importance of capturing your insights and sharing them with others you trust. That's a huge part of the insight. To just take it and have it and experience it to yourself is a wonderful thing. But you're going to get more growth out of it if you also share your insight. And we kind of have built a community here where we're allowed to do that without being thought of as weirdos. We already know we're weirdos. I already know you guys are weirdos. So sharing with you is not a risk. And you see me doing an awful lot here. Brian Lee recommends a systematic approach. Document, wait, and revisit. Journal your learnings immediately after the experience so they don't disappear into the grind of life. There we go, journaling. Don't make any big decisions for 30 days after a journey. Oh, that's sometimes it takes real maturity to wait and before you make the move. Nerdy calls it a journey journal. That's really good. Avery Kalura highlights the value of safe exploration. Share what surfaced with someone safe. Someone who won't pressure you to change, but will hold space for honest, non-judgmental exploration. I love talking with people about all the what ifs, even the extreme ones. Wallace Murray poetically captures this principle. Seek others. That's it. Seek and share with others. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. Connectedness. Seek a therapist, an integration circle, or a trusted friend who can witness you unfolding without an agenda. Do you know how many of you out there, and I mean this sincerely, that I have witnessed unfolding in the course of these last 4 years? I love that word, unfolding. We're unfolding. I'm letting people see the different little parts of me that I kept folded up. Being folded up is not a healthy place for me to be. Boop, show you a corner here. Oh, nobody made fun of me. I could show you the whole page now. Next thing you know, I'll let you read the journey journal. This is a real legitimate risk with psychedelics. Once you see uncomfortable truths with the medicine's unflinching clarity, there's no returning to blissful ignorance. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Who wants to? I'm glad when the genies get out. In our experience, though, when psychedelics reveal something shocking about your life, it's rarely a total blindside. When you get a revelation, it's rarely a blindside. You already know some of it. You already have some cognitive idea. More often, you're just seeing with higher resolution than usual. Ooh, I like that. Turns on our x-ray vision. What really turns on our x-ray vision is sharing it with somebody that won't judge you. You always knew probably there was a little something off. Psychedelics just cranked up the volume. I like this. I like this. So here's our potentially unpopular opinion. If you're willing to make changes in your life, psychedelics might not be for you. These substances are change agents by nature. So if you're not willing to make changes, maybe you should be doing something else. Maybe this medicine isn't for you. Sounds harsh, but it really isn't. These substances are change agents. And I know that personally. Mr. Change here. Ignoring the truth doesn't make it go away. It just creates more tension between who you are and what you're becoming. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. I need to go grab something. I'll be right back. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What just happened? What was that? What was that? What does that mean? That means give me 3 numbers between 1 and 50. Nippy totally Pavlov dogged ya. Give me a number between 1 and 50. You can put up to 3 on your line at one time. I'll be sending the winner a pack of supplemental supplements. Not Enigma yet, but I'll be sending up some ghostly things. And once I see the right number between 1 and 50, 1 and 50, and I haven't seen the number yet. It's a really high number. There it is, carnivorous. Carnivorous. Carney. Good job. 49. Carney said 49 and boop. 49 it is. So carnivorous. I need you to send me your address, and I will send to you a pack of supplemental supplements. Good stuff. Today's reading is going to be very short, but it's extremely powerful. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare this morning because I didn't know I was going to be here this morning. But I went to our book, Brene Brown's The Atlas of the Heart, and I pulled out, it's about 3 paragraphs long total, about yesterday or Friday when we left, we were talking about cultivating love. The final quote last week said this: we cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be deeply seen and known. Seen. This hiding business is not healthy. This isolating business, not healthy. You need to be seen. Participate, even if it's just a little bit. Every one of those 12-step meetings, the most successful people, the ones that are going to stay sober, are the participators. They're the people that actually help fold the chairs. They set up the chairs and they take them down. They don't have to be a big shot in the deal, but they're participating. Participation in and of itself is growth, because we tend not to, especially the sicker our brains are. The sicker our brains are, the further back we pull. Be seen, be known. And when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection. I'm on page 185 in Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart, Nerdy. Love is not something we give or something we get. It's something that we nurture and grow. It's already there. We don't get it. It's there. You want more love? Nurture it and it grows. For me, the very best fertilizer for love is being impeccable. I know I'm not hurting someone. I'm not saying something to somebody in a negative way, including my own head. That's the beginning of my fertilizing. Being impeccable. Being kind and good and soft with the things that you say, and not judging. Everybody sins. Sinning here, we're not doing theology. Sinning here means you missed the mark. Everybody, once in a while, they're shooting at a target and they miss. Big deal. Aim again. Shoot again. You'll get it. The targets start getting easier and easier, especially when it's a flaw that you're working on. So today, briefly, lovelessness. We live with a lot of lovelessness around us. Oh, Knight Rider, I love that. You miss every shot you don't take. That's a good one. In our world, there's a lot of lovelessness. Ask anybody that has a bomb dropping on their apartment building. Why do the bombs, I'm not being political, but I did have a question I was asking myself the other day. Why do they always bomb at night? Why do they always bomb each other at night? Lovelessness. The quote that opens this section on love is from Bell Hook's book, All About Love. Here is the quote. We need more real love. Gritty, dangerous, wild-eyed, justice-seeking love. Does anybody agree with that? At first, it sounds counterintuitive. What? Wild-eyed. We need more of it. More justice-seeking love. Love isn't just between you and me. It's also between communities. It's between power groups. It's between ethnic groups. It's sadly missing. It's sadly missing. And we walk around acting like, well, that's normal. Of course they're not going to love each other. Hooks is a professor a social critic, and a writer whose work has shaped my life, says Brene Brown. In fact, I often say that her work is responsible for 90% of the stretch marks in my mind. I love that saying. Do you have stretch marks in your mind? You're growing. You're learning. You're becoming more and more alive. I'd love to see my brain. I want stretch marks everywhere. As a first-time university teacher, I carried her book, Teaching to Transgress, with me all the time. And I slept with it next to my nightstand. She teaches. Listen. She teaches that the injustice and systematic oppression that we see in the world today stems from a deep collective lovelessness, and it calls for an ethic love. It sounds overly simplistic, but when you read her work, you understand that a love ethic is a rigorous calling. A love ethic is a rigorous calling. You know why? Because we've been programmed. I've been programmed to hate the other group. I have to have a rigorous ethic to change that lovelessness into love. And I also find that the more I do it, the easier it gets. I'm less prejudicial. I'm less biased. I'm more open to all kinds of people and ideas than I ever have been before. And it's growing daily. It's growing daily in me. Refusal to stand up for what you believe in weakens individual morality and ethics, as well as those of the culture. No wonder then that we are a nation of people, the majority of whom, across race, class, and gender, claim to be religious, claim to believe in the divine power of love, and yet collectively, we remain unable to embrace a love ethic and allow it to guide behavior, especially if doing so would mean supporting radical change. Fear of radical change leads many citizens of our nation to betray their minds and hearts. I think we need a radical change here. I'm not doing politics. I'm talking about a love ethic. I know a lot of people that need to learn a love ethic. I don't want to betray my mind or heart. I want to live by a love ethic. We need more love between us, but also among us. Between us, but among us. Not rainbow and unicorn love or commercialized love. We need more real love. Gritty, dangerous, wild-eyed, justice-seeking love. It's good stuff. Good stuff for today. Practice love. Everything we do here is a practice. Everything we do. What are you practicing? What are you practicing today? Everything we do, every action that we take is a practice. We're programming ourselves to do what we're practicing. My thing, you know what I practiced this morning when Brock came to me and said, hey, Pops, can you handle the show? I immediately want to know what's going on, why, where are you going, what's going on, expectations, tell me. I practiced not asking a single question. Not having any expectations. Don't know what, don't know why. And when it's my business, it'll be my business. When it's my business, it'll be my business. That's practice. Because I kind of want to control a lot of things. And when I'm stepping away from that part of me and practicing giving people space and giving them understanding, giving them love, and giving them respect for whatever they're up to, without judging, I'm beginning my love ethic. And don't think for 1 minute that one person doesn't make a difference. Don't think that. I fell into that trap back when I was being church guy. Oh, nobody makes, I can't make bullshit. You individually and singularly can make a difference. And we've seen it here. We see individuals here growing. And look at what's going on in Colorado, that group, our Colorado Michael League. Making differences. Imagine if they'd have taken the idea, oh, I can't make a difference. We wouldn't have a Colorado Michael League. We wouldn't have a tea with Pops either. Go make a difference. Go make a difference today. Practice. Pops, 4 things. Be impeccable with your word. Everything you say and do. Create powerful, positive magic with it. Don't take things personal. We have no idea what people are going through, where they're coming from, where they're going to. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we just love. Thirdly, don't have expectations. Period. I used to think more that really matters. I can't have expectations of you. I'm starting to have less of myself. And I'm doing great. And then fourthly, do your best. Am I supposed to do a hug? Am I supposed to give you guys a hug today? How does he do it? I don't know the whole thing, but there's a hug for y'all. Have a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful day. Hugs to all of you. No cooties, no cooties. King Metro, nice seeing you here this morning, King. Jesus Christ, I did the hug. Billy D and John Zook. HB and Mike. Big Mike, Biggie Mike, Mike Butterball, JC and Nerdy, love ya. Sue Littlemeyer, thank you. Billy D and B Hendricks, and Jesus Christ and King, and HB and Mike Butterball, and Big Mike and Levi. Levi, thank you. I'm glad you stayed here for the whole situation. King and HB and Derek Anderson, thank you, my good friend, Sir D. Big Mike, I just gave you one. I'll give you another one. Boom, that's from Big Mike. It's for all of you. Donnie Fike and John Zook and Herbie and Rodman. And Big Mike and Billy D and Cleany. And Jesus and Nippy, get a hug, get a hug. I guess it happens automatically. Mike Barabal, Sam Surrey. There you are, Nerdy and Sue. Sue, here's a big one. And Laura, have a divine day. Carnivorous. Laura and Knight Rider. It was nice to see you here tonight. You had some nice things to add. Paige and Nippy and Mike and Glassic and Nerdy and Niff and Jolie Cantor. Good morning, Joe. And Carnivorous J Money. HBB Hendricks. Ismael Barraza Villegas. Been a while since I got to say that. Rodman and Mr. 420 and Herbie. and Mike bought a ball. And Jesus Christ, and Freddie the Hinkster, Sue and Mike bought a ball, and Big Mike, and Freddie Hinks, and Pops, and Peace. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be practicing.